MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Caught right side, Tate. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. The numbers for Tate in last week's game: 4 catches, 68 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looking for Shepard deep. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Jones now. Going to throw again. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 119 yards, and the score.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight end, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Garoppolo's pass.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, 49ers.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
10 yards.
And Deebo Samuel's another one of those young receivers that not only looks like a running back, but plays like one after the catch. And he had one of the best seasons among 2019's rookie receivers. Just over 800 yards receiving, but by the time the playoffs hit, he becomes WR1 for the 49ers. And now with the departure of Emmanuel Sanders, that should give him even more looks. Look for him to catch the ball downfield and also take it out of the backfield.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And 7.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
First down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted by the 49ers.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit on.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game, and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Throwing, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Giants first down.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Catch made by Slayton. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Jones. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 12 yards, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Set to kick off.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First down.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
He was looking for the rookie Brandon Ayuk, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Charles, we take a look here at the 49ers draft class for 2020. You know, not too often you see a...
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers.
Number 11.
Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So that one will be accepted.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jones. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. The pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far.
First down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle by Leonard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
And inches.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because to me...
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Deebo Samuel.
3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers continue to roll.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Giants nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken in the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Again, it's Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
Giants. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jones. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
The kick is good.
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
Number 85,
George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game? Or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his 2nd straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
Fielded in the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. It's beginning to look like a second straight loss following the win in the opener as they trail by a bunch here in the fourth quarter, starting out this drive 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, Jones. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards and a giant first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Eric Armstead able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The 49er ball carrier.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of 30.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At the 8-yard line.
One more time with Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
They'll run with Mostert.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
32-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken in the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
On the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles